This is my online fort raiding level at the start of the video, and this is my online fort raiding level at the end of the video. I have been absolutely going through it trying to find the Merchant Orc, arguably one of the most controversial orcs in the entire game. The Merchant Orc was the visual representation of the loot box system. The negative impact that this had on Shadow of War really can't be understated. It meant that a massive portion of the Shadow of Mordor player base never actually made the jump over to the sequel. But anyway, that's not why I'm looking for this mascot of Warner Brothers greed. I'm looking for the Merchant Orc because of the cool, all-black Ologs that he produces. And I am convinced that whenever the loot boxes were deleted, the Merchant Orc was also deleted because I can't bloody find him anywhere. I've been raiding so many online forts to find this orc. I actually think the main reason I can't find him is because usually you come across the Merchant Orc early on in the game, and usually he's pretty trash. So why the hell would anyone put him in their fortress? I'm going to be jumping into these fortresses looking for the merchant, and if I don't find him, I guess I'll take a look at the other orcs here and do a bit of a shopping spree. And honestly, in this video, I find some awesome, unique orcs. In fact, I find some orcs that I've never seen before. The first fortress we're checking out belongs to the Netto. And as you can see, my assault rating right now is 831. That is going to change massively throughout this video. The first orc I see is the Cruel, Grom the Cruel. I've seen him quite a lot. Not the orc that I'm looking for though, so I run around to all the other points to get a glance at these orcs. We've got the Warlock here, pretty cool, but again, not who I'm looking for. At the next point, I find a name that I've not seen very often, the Terrible, and of course, the classic-looking Kingslayer. The Gut Slurper then seemingly just falls over due to the pure aura emitted from my orcs. I then make the very, very smart decision to let these orcs kill me so that I can leave the fortress straight away. On average, most fort raids take from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, so by doing this, I have saved so much time, and it is all gonna add up throughout this video. I'll be honest, at the point of making this video, I have been raiding fortresses looking for the merchant for 14 hours. So I am not messing around. I am just gonna get in there, look for the merchant at the first few points, not really take any of the points unless I'm curious about the other orcs, and then I'm gonna peace out and move on to the next fortress. I come across this beautiful looking beast Olog. I then notice that one of my orcs has gotten really messed up at the first point, so I go back and I take it. I get this orc back on his feet, which is definitely something that I stopped doing after a while.
Time's running out.
I decide to take the Nurgle Orc because I've got a soft spot in my rotten heart for them.
Your will is my command!
After that, I fight the Beast Olog and take the second point, before taking the third point as well. When going on to the fourth point, I come across Lorm of the Spiders, and he immediately gets doomed. I then take the point and I decide that actually, you know what, I would like the Beast Olog. The Ghoul Lover trips and falls over. I meet the Fear Lord, and while I'm attacking him, I didn't notice that my awesome, chill orc just bleeds out back at the start of the fort raid. Swarmed? What the hell is swarmed? Was he killed by hornets?
Not the beast!
I really just thought you were better than that, man. I then weakened down the Jaw Orc enough to get this awesome bit of dialogue.
Well, well. I hope all your teeth fall out.
That is such a perfect bit of dialogue for an orc called the Jaw. I head on into the throne room to see, is the Merchant Orc gonna be there? Who am I kidding? Of course he's not gonna be there. This is the very start of the video, and look how long it is, for God's sake.
We've lured you in to seal your doom. You'll die in this throne room.
Perhaps, but not today.
Interesting. Not one of Talian's sickest lines, but anyway, let's shame down the unkillable. Because he is bloody unkillable, lads, so you've gotta shame him. So because I've taken the fortress there, we're actually gonna go up in level. But let's just see exactly how long this took me. Yeah, 8 minutes is just not gonna cut it. We're gonna have to speed this up. The Bloodthirsty gets shamed. I check out the point and I see a disgusting, disgusting Hoglick. As soon as he spots me, he tries to run. But I catch up to him and I do something very out of character. I recruit him.
Join me!
Despite my deep hatred for hogliks, I believe they have a role to play. But ultimately, the shame of recruiting a hoglik rather than shaming or killing one takes over, and I let this big ol' log remove me from the fortress. But not before another one of my orcs dies, the Black Git. Quite a unique orc. Why did he die during the goddamn kill cutscene? Dare I say that is a little bit of BS. On to the next fortress, and in this fortress I actually find some pretty cool orcs that I want to recruit. And that's where I spot one of my favorite types of orcs, the Lookout. Again, this orc tries to retreat thanks to the sheer aura the Talion is emitting. But I truly love the Lookout. It could be my favorite type of runt ever. Look out! Look out! Look out! I dash on over to the next point and I come across another cool orc.
So you think you can hold back all of Mordor now? That's idiotic, even for a pink skin.
For those of you that watch my Civil War series, you will know that I have a lack of blue orcs, so I am 100% taking this guy and putting him straight into my basket.
Yes, we should.
And at the final point in the fortress, we have another cool orc. The coolest orc of them all, the Chill.
All right, everyone, chill.
I then venture into the throne room because why not? We've already taken the rest of the fortress. Let's take a look at his bodyguard here. We got the Fanatical. Ooh, I actually quite like him. Yep, I'm gonna get him. And there we go, we've added him straight into my basket.
I'll cut your enemy!
With a bit of shopping done, it's now time to cut the tower down. Oh god, that took almost 9 minutes. Okay, we have to speed this up. Straight into the next fort, I find this lucky red orc.
You will die right here, right now. You will not get anywhere near the king.
I then backwards kick the tower into oblivion. It says the fool got him, but no, that was my weird backwards kick. As I'm looking for our boy the merchant, I come across this cool antler-wearing orc.
Yeah, you are! In all your decomposing glory! You're bloody revolting! I'm gonna slit you!
Shut up, Sawbones, you're basic. In fact, goodbye. I then grab the antler-wearing Brawlmaster and put him straight into my basket. Express checkout. I then finish off the tree killer with my throwing knives. Mog the fool, would you stop trying to steal my kills, mate? Back off. The cruel slips and falls while trying to ice skate. I hunt down and finish off a retreating lucky shot orc. Suck it, Mog. I finally got my own kill. And that just about wraps up this fortress. On to the next one. Level 765 fortress, and ooh, look at this unique orc right there. Okay, we're gonna go get him. I obliterate the unclean like a disinfectant soap nuclear bomb crashing straight into India. I give the badass tower rhymer orc my classic greeting.
How are you? Why, thank you.
Ah! Time to leave my mark!
Oh my god!
Fall to your knees, serve me!
We've great pride!
On to the next point, and there's another cool tower variant. But while I'm looking at them, my nightmare orc bleeds out. This inspires me to do a little bit of bleeding myself. In the next fortress, I find Noruk, Flame of War, and Mozu the Steady. I take my grog around and I find another goddamn hoglik the Jaded. I climb up this ledge onto the next point. I said I climb up this ledge with my grog. Oh my god, he must be drunk. It must be the poison. There we go. Who is up here? I find a Deathbone orc and I find a Betrayed. With no merchant in sight, I let the Deathbone end this fort raid. I said I let the Deathbone end the fort raid. There we go. We're down to level 756 now, and that's a pretty cool Maniac Overlord. My Rat Hunter takes out the Blood Drinker. I then dominate and recruit this power-hungry orc. I mean, look at how badass he looks. And he's a trickster. 100% get in my basket.
My mind is strong!
Oh, this motherfucker used the goddamn bodyguard recruitment glitch. God damn you, that actually sucks. I I take my anger out on this poor unfortunate orc. I have a close look at this tainted orc, and I like what I see. On to the final point, and still no sign of the merchant, just a warlock there, goddamn legend. The legend gets too drunk and falls over. The warlock gets too faded and collapses, and the envenomed slips and falls on his ass.
I'm fallen.
I get taken out by a random red grunt, and we're on to the next raid. This fortress just seems to be predominantly the DLC orcs. This is pretty much the least creative thing that you can do with your fortress. So I don't hang around for long. The next fortress is definitely more interesting. We've got a worm killer overlord, a very angry war chief, a gorger, a life drinker, and a different looking champion to what I'm used to seeing. But ultimately there was no merchant, so we're moving on swiftly. Oh my god, I got a network error. Can you imagine if I had found the merchant orc in that fortress, and then I got a network error and lost him forever? I would actually delete my channel. We're almost down to level 700 now, and we've got quite a nice faithful overlord. What exactly would the faithful say? And we've got a very, very damaged breaker Olog right there. My god, look at this nervous dude. He is working at the cashier of a Walmart, and a hot goth Latino girl has just walked up to him. In the fortress, I find a very suspicious looking Olog. Garl the Carver, which I've seen a lot, and a nerd orc. We've got a branded there, skin chewer, and a cave rat, very cool eyes. We've got an eagle eye who's trying to kill me, a pirate looking orc, and Hura the Machine, who ultimately ends Talian's life. I smash on through the front gate of this new fortress, and I see a nice looking flesh picker who's all dirty. Come across quite a cool looking fire caller. And at the final point before the inner gate, just a bunch of basic looking orcs. Alright, on to the next fortress. Okay, this is interesting. Look at this overlord. He's got decoys. I love orcs that have decoys, especially ones that look like this. Now, we are looking for the merchant, but I think in this situation, I am doing this raid, and we are getting this overlord. This following orc death montage is brought to you by Nazgul Talion.
Death means nothing. The Overlord will always triumph.
Okay, with that montage done, let's get in here and see this Overlord, which made me actually raid the fortress.
You are an affront to Mordor itself. Tearing you apart is both duty and pleasure.
It's too bad both will go unfulfilled.
Oh yeah, this guy is gonna make great decoys. I might even put him into like a civil war, like maybe a decoy civil war. That could be next. This guy's inspired a whole new series, and my god, I need him in my basket right now. And there we go, we've got him. Has he got Iron Will?
Swear loyalty.
No he doesn't, thank goodness. Here we go, lads. Get in my basket, Mr. Warlock. That makes this whole video worth it almost. I mean, we haven't found the merchant yet, but we've already got some really cool orcs already. On to the next fortress, and we've got a foil spawn overlord. Looks pretty badass. Quite a unique name here, the Wild. We've got Of the Wind, also very unique. The dragon, classic guy right there. Of the Wind, unique, but no one really tickles my fancy too much here, so let's move on. We're down to level 606 now. We've got a neck snapper, we've got a flame monger, and the Pinch. Pinch is quite a cool name. Over here we've got the Thief. Oh, I quite like the Thief. Raw Master Grim, pretty basic, but the Thief. Ooh, I quite like that name. He sticks to his Thief roleplay and tries to retreat, but no. Get in my basket, Mr. Thief.
I will see your commands through.
After I had robbed and kidnapped the Thief, it was time to say goodbye to this relatively basic fortress. The next fortress at level 560 didn't have too much to offer except for this cool dead orc. I hit him off his Caragor, I grab him, I shove him in my basket, and then it's time to go to the checkout. While checking out the next fortress, I come across an Olog which I have never ever had. The headstone. Look at that. And he's a Massey. He is very, very cool. We are definitely going in to get the headstone. I come across this mystic orc, and guess what, lads? He's got bloody decoys. So we are definitely getting this dude.
Not a chance, Claw.
Thankfully, due to his slightly lower level, this doesn't take very long.
Fight for me!
At the next point, I find quite a nice runty Guardian of Mordor, so I decide to add him to the basket as well. I burn the ogre to a crisp. The rat hunter topples the shy's giant ass. The corrupt goes up in flames. I throw the Drake Killer off a very small ledge. I found an awesome Nurgle abomination called the Bloated, and I decided to add him to my basket to make Daddy Nurgle proud. I broke the Purebloods mask. The Potlicker massacred the Bloodman. I sliced up the Bloodhound. And then I headed on into the throne room to take a look at this headstone Olog. I've never really seen this guy before. I have no idea what he's gonna say.
Step in my throne room. I serve Dark Lord. Command his fortress. I am one of fighting Ologai. What are you?
Your executioner.
Okay, it turns out it was quite basic what he said, but Talion absolutely burned him there. And there we go, just like that, I finally have a headstone orc. And all I had to do was...
Defy you!
Oh, he's got Iron Will. God damn it. There you go, headstone, you goddamn deserve that. I am sick and tired of these goddamn iron-willed orcs in these fort raids. I mean, what can I expect? The guy's name is literally the devil. Because of that successful raid against the headstone, we've gone up 100 levels. So we need to speed run losing some raids. Stop the montage. Look at this overlord right here. The Rogue. Even Rogue the Rogue. Badass name, badass look. I need this guy. I use my big lad here to smash on through the front gate. I put an end to Norsko's endless hunger. The assassin goes up in a balefire. I somehow stealth assassinate the torch. I shatter the orc popsicle known as the Berserker. The Bloodlust gets hit by his own catapult. I annihilate the blast. And I head on into the throne room to take a look at my prize.
What are the chances, old friend? Here we are in one of the great moments of Mordor's history. The battlefield upon which you so valiantly died.
Oh yeah, he's perfect. Talion has no rebuttal for what he said. But look at this dude, all alone, and he's not arrow-proof, so this is not gonna take long. Alright, there we go, we have gotten the Rogue. And I'm curious, will his bodyguards also have these tattoos? My main thought here is actually that the merchant has tattoos similar to this, so maybe the Rogue will have the same glitch when it comes to his Olog bodyguards.
That's the last time I let you hit me with that thing. I'm not that forgiving.
and I'm not that stupid!
I turn him against me and then I track him down to get a glance at his orcs. And to my utter disappointment, they are just black painted. They are not completely black like the merchant's orc bodyguards. So I guess I really do have to get the merchant orc. Alright, back to the montage. I come across a unique beggar name. He is definitely getting in my basket. I also find a pretty nice Baga variant. After that, this orc gets absolutely yeeted across the map. And that just about wraps up this fort raid. I rush on into the fortress riding my grog. I dive off and execute the immovable. There's definitely something really nice about raiding these lower level fortresses whenever you're a roided up level 80 Italian. I come across another one of Nurgle's chosen children.
Taking back Minas Morgul, bringing about that big eye that's always watching us. I liked Mordor the way it was before you messed it all up.
But before I can recruit him, he's cut down by Horza the Reaper. I jump on over to the next point and I take out the Bloodstorm. That's actually another Olog that I probably would have wanted to buy. I take my shopping spree anger out on the flayed. What I love about this kill is that my arrow that finishes off the orc goes through his skull and hits and explodes the barrel behind him. I then round off this trip to the shop by making this Grunt's Day. I'm then feeling so charitable that I head on into the next fortress and make another Grunt's Day. He is going to be telling his friends about this one.
But my life is good. Really good.
The next fortress has a pretty cool looking Iron Mount Overlord. And an interesting sliced head undead orc. But these two are not enough to make me raid the entire fortress. I'm looking for the merchant. In the next fortress, I come across one of my favorite all-time orcs, the Pickler. Just look at him in all of his magnificent glory. Look at those jars. What the hell is in those jars? I have to know. And at the second point, I find him. But he immediately runs away and I have to give chase. I'm not letting those delicious pickled jars get away from me.
On your knees!
I'm your chosen!
After I purchased the pickler and drank enough brine water to become a Nurgling, I searched the rest of the fortress and I really thought that I had found the merchant there, but it turned out to just be this goddamn great orc. And that disappointment depresses me enough that I just have to leave the shop immediately. The next fortress was pretty uneventful apart from this taunter decoy orc, which I immediately grabbed and shoved into my basket.
Serve me!
Yes, master!
This fortress had some cool orcs, including a chill, a rabble-rouser, a red flame eater, and a wasp. But ultimately it didn't have the merchant, so I checked out. And that was the same with the next fortress at level 380. The next fortress had a singer, which I just had to check out.
Don't be a stranger, you man of danger, when so many orcs want to put their forks in you.
I recruited this talented singer. I then found some other cool orcs. Look at this Elm Olog. Before checking out, we are now at level 331. We are so low that the orcs even have visible drool dangling from their chins.
Kill each other.
I mean, just look at the state of them. Get me out of here. The next fortress, of course, didn't have a merchant orc, but it did have this nice golden killer orc.
I will be yours.
And also another orc which I have never gotten before. The Shiver. What a cool orc.
Killed to perfection.
I am now all the way down to level 200, and I did not expect to find such cool orcs. There only is 3 orcs in this entire fortress, but one of them is the Chill, and the other one is the Blizzard. Look at this Blizzard dude. Why are we finding so many cool frost orcs? You'd be kidding yourself if you thought that I wasn't going to get the Blizzard. This is definitely my first Blizzard orc. I mean, I can't stop saying the word Blizzard. Look at him. I can already envision him atop a fortress, surrounded by chill war chiefs. I have not seen anything like that in the high-ranking fortresses on Xbox. You definitely have to just like lose fortress after fortress to get cool orcs like this. And just like that, we got ourselves another chill dude. And we finish off the fortress by myself becoming the Mr. Beast of Middle-earth and making this grunt stay. We're now down below level 200 and oh my goodness, I spot the ice mountain. And I'm actually very annoyed that I did not go after him. I basically just went into the fortress, decided that I couldn't be asked, and I'm just looking for the merchant, and I let this random Olog beat me down. This is before I had the grand vision of a frost, chill, frozen fortress. I definitely would have grabbed the ice mountain if I'd had that vision, but right now, all I'm seeing is merchant. Merchant, merchant, merchant. Where the hell is he? But, I mean, there is another chill dude right here, and he is ripe for the taking. He's on sale, 80% off. I'd be losing money if I didn't take this deal. To speed run the rest of this video and get all the way down to level 0, I decide to channel my inner Mr. Beast.
$1 million, and whichever one of them I find last keeps it. $100,000.
He has until midnight to steal this backpack from me, and all I gave them was a knife.
Real life. And whichever one of these 456 people survives the longest wins 456 grand.
The first one.
I feel like a better person now, sort of, kind of. As you can see, I'm all the way down to level 6. Just 6. And there's only one dude defending this fortress, so I just sort of walk straight in.
You must have death wish, Ranger. To face me? Face me in my throne room.
Here's a question for you lads. How many arrows do you think it's gonna take before the Elf Slayer falls? Lucky number 7. I'm actually surprised. I thought it was going to be like 2 or 3. And just like that, I have gone from level 6 all the way up to level 106. And my god, this has been a journey, and I still have not found the merchant. But I'll be honest guys, I've gotten about 10 more hours of footage of me raiding fortresses to go through. I jumped from Kerfungal all the way over to Liflad in search of the merchant. And do I find him? You're just gonna have to wait for the video. And speaking of that, thank you very much for watching, lads. You fancy leaving a comment, do go ahead, leave a comment. You can do that, it's literally free. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like the video if you just wanna hit that like button, hit that like button, lads. And yeah, I feel like I found some really cool, unique orcs there that I haven't seen in a very, very long time. And I feel like you can only really do this if you legitimately drop levels on purpose. So yeah, consider doing that, guys. Drop levels and find cool orcs. Alright, lads. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.